Hey everybody, this is Geneva of Geneva's Closet Talk Show. Please make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to Geneva's Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Facebook at Geneva's Closet. And you can email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. Now, let's get into the news.
When I seen this story, I said, woo! I don't know if my people heard of this, but they got to know. And even though there is an update to this story for 2019, this particular article I'm reading for is dated for December 8th, 2017, because this is when this occurred. And it says, even before the birth of their son, Ryan Crawford suspected that something was wrong with the boy's mother. A pregnant Kayleen Bowen would call Crawford in the middle of the night from random hospitals, reporting that she had been admitted for various reasons. Once, she claimed she had a fever of 110 degrees for 7 straight days, Crawford said. Crawford began to wonder if this woman he dated briefly and unexpectedly impregnated was just trying to gain attention. But it was nothing compared to the tales that Crawford says Bowen would tell after their premature birth of their son. Christopher, who was born after 33 weeks in April of 2009. She was always saying Christopher was sick. Every single week, every single month, Crawford said. She would always say something was wrong. He has this and he has that. Between 2009 and 2016, medical records show Christopher was seen, get this people, 323 times at hospitals and pediatric centers in Dallas and Houston, and underwent, get this people, 13 major surgeries according to a Child Protective Services petition. Throughout his young life, Christopher has been placed full-time on oxygen and at times used a wheelchair. He's endured invasive procedures and surgeries, including being fitted with a feeding tube that fed directly into his small intestine and led to multiple life-threatening blood infections. His mother had even tried to get him on the lung transplant list and had previously had him in hospice care, court documents state. For years, Crawford said he tried to convince Dallas County Court judges that his son was not sick, but they believed Bowen, who would eventually claim that their son was dying, initially from a rare genetic disorder and later from cancer. Crawford said a Dallas County judge even blocked him in late 2012 from visiting his son, who was then 3. It was always the same story. Christopher is dying. The father doesn't need to be around because he doesn't know how to take care of him, a tearful Bowen would tell the judges, according to Crawford. Every time I went to court, they made me feel like I was the worst human ever. In the end, it would take Dallas hospital staff sounding the alarm with CPS, the second such report made by medical providers since 2015. That prompted the removal of Christopher, now 8, and 2 of his half-siblings from Bowen's care late last month. Medical staff determines that Christopher does not have cancer or many of the symptoms that Bowen had alleged, and that he has no need for a lung transplant or, get this people, hospice care. Really, bitch? Wednesday, Bowen, who now goes by the name Kaylin Bowen Wright, was arrested on a warrant accusing her of injury to a child with serious bodily injury. The 34-year-old woman is in Dallas County Jail in lieu of a $150,000 bond. Her court-appointed attorney did not return a message seeking comment Friday, but Bowen denied the allegations last month to CPS investigators. Crawford said he is grateful that Bowen stands accused of wrongdoing, but remains frustrated that it took so long. It's horrible for my son or any kid, because obviously my son is not the only one that has had to go through this type of torture, Crawford said. The system has to be exposed. All the weakness that are in the system, because the kids don't deserve that. The allegations against Bowen fit the model for what is known as Munchausen, and I'm probably not even saying that right, syndrome by proxy, a disorder in which a person exaggerates or creates medical symptoms to gain attention. Okay, and then I found an article dated for December 2017, if I'm not mistaken, that said, father wins temporary custody of boy who mom is accused of subjecting him to abuse for years. So, as of December 2017, Christopher was lucky enough to be in his father's care, and hopefully that's the right place. Now, this article is my last article, and it's dated for January 2018, so maybe that's the update, 2018 and not 2019. And it says, the 8-year-old boy, subjected to more than a dozen major surgeries that he did not need, is thriving in his father's care, child welfare workers told a judge Monday. Christopher Bowen has been in the temporary custody of his father, Ryan Crawford, since December. Authorities have said the boy underwent years of unnecessary medical treatment because of his mother. He's happy, he's smiling, no type of disciplinary issues, Crawford told the news. He's very respectful. It's just all great. The boy's mother, Kayleen Bowen Wright, told judges that Christopher, who was born premature, had a rare genetic disorder, and later that he had cancer. At Monday's court hearing, Bowen Wright's attorney, Heath Had, said the mother thought her son had serious medical issues and was following the advice from doctors. I think at the end of the day, you will see that Miss Bowen was an attentive mother, doing what she thought was best for her kids and relied on the opinions of a bunch of others. From 2019 to 2016, Christopher went 323 hospital and doctor visits and underwent 13 major surgeries. Crawford had been fighting for years to gain custody of Christopher, but was unable to convince family courts that his son was not sick. It says during the hearing, Lindsay McKay, an attorney representing Bowen Wright in the CPS case, said Crawford had made disparaging remarks about the boy's mother on social media and to the media, and that there have been great exaggerations and fabrications made in the case, the station reported. McKay denied that Bowen Wright had tried to get her son on the lung transplant list and said a pediatrician who had seen Christopher for years could attest to his complex medical needs. You know what? I'm not even going to read the rest of that. I'm going to end this with my thoughts, and then I would like to hear how you all feel. I'm trying to figure out how he had 13 surgeries and there was nothing wrong with him. That's why we can't trust doctors. That's what I'm talking about right there. Just the doctors is totally off, because they should have been able to see that the mother had an issue from the beginning. They should have checked the boy and been like, I don't see nothing wrong with him. Don't they do that all the time? You take your child and you go to the doctor and there's an issue. But they say, we don't see anything wrong. There's nothing wrong. There's no issue. And then they send you on your way, then to come to find out there is an issue. Well, this went completely opposite. With this particular child, they should have been telling his mother, ain't nothing wrong with this boy. He sounds just fine. But instead, they went along with her story, and 323 doctor visits, 13 surgeries. Y'all gave this boy a feeding tube. The doctors did that. She didn't give him a feeding tube. The mother didn't do that. The doctors did that. And did they say that this boy was in hospice? Who put him in hospice? The mother did not put him in hospice. She couldn't sign him up for hospice. The doctors would have had to done that. So that means that they are all over the place. We can't even trust them, basically, for the most part. So I'm more concerned with them. I think that her attorney got a point. She wouldn't have been able to go as far as she went with her mental illness if it wasn't for the doctor signing, sealing, and delivering everything that she said. Woo! It's some crazy people in the world. I feel sorry for this boy that he had to go through this. This reminds me of that story. I don't even know the name of it, but they made a movie of it, and it was a documentary. But it was a white mother who was doing her daughter like this and had her daughter, they was getting money and funding. Because I even heard that this lady got funding. She got like 8,000 of a 10,000 GoFundMe or something that she was trying to start for her son. The other lady was getting cancer and got her child to get a wish or whatever from a Make-A-Wish Foundation. And come to find out, it was nothing wrong with that girl. And that girl later on ended up killing her mother because she's about sick of it. So, yes, good thing the daddy came and got Christopher away. So Christopher didn't snap later on because it would have had his organs removed, for God's sakes. Anyway, people, tell me how you feel about this situation. And while you are letting me know, could you please like and share this video and subscribe to Geneva's Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Facebook at Geneva's Closet. And you can email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. You all have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.